Good morning, everybody. It's Dana. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be delving into something a little bit different for my channel, and I decided I wanted to I've been doing probably the whole of this year, mostly my journals in my videos, because that's kind of mostly what I've been working on. But I do a whole lot of other different crafting other than my journals. And so I want to start kind of interspersing that into my videos because I miss it. I miss doing other types of crafts, and I've just kind of been focused on journals lately. So it is July. I absolutely love Christmas, and it is my favorite time of year. It's my favorite time of crafting. It's just my favorite that I like to do because I'm a gift giver and I love making things and gifting them to people. It is my absolute favorite thing to do. So I was a little disappointed in myself that I had not done any Christmas in July. July just kind of got away from me. I talked in my last video how we've all kind of been in a little bit of a depressive funk around here at my house. And so before July is over, I wanted to do something that had to do with Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper pack called Oh Holy Night, and I want to see how many cards and tags I can make out of it. Now, the person who always has inspired me doing this is May. Her channel is May Made It. So if you want to go over to her channel and see what she's done with how many cards she can get out of a paper pack, she's got a lot of videos over there. And basically that's what I'm going to do here. So let's flip through this paper pack really quick. Again, this is called Oh Holy Night, and it is by Echo Park. Okay, so this is just gorgeous. So this is just the front page. I'm going to keep this. So first thing we're going to do is look through the paper pack, kind of dissect it, because all paper packs typically have sheets of cut aparts like this that are perfect for card fronts. So now this particular paper pack has a ton, because I think they specifically actually made this paper pack for card makers. So there's actually 2 sheets every time. There's 2 sheets of each one. So what I'm going to do, because I really want to utilize another pattern, is I'm not going to turn these 2 sheets into 24 cards. I'm going to take one and turn it into 12 cards and use the pattern paper on the back of the other. So I'm going to put my cut aparts in one pile and my designer paper in another. So here's another one that's 4x6 cutouts that we can make some 5x7 cards with. And again, there's 2. I'm going to use the pattern on the other side. Okay. And then we have some 4x4 cutouts, okay? These will be great for cards too. Now this is going to need a little something here, but there's this great pattern on the other side. So I'm going to save one for cut aparts, and I'm going to use the pattern on the other side. So then we have these really sweet, like, banners that we can definitely cut apart and use on cards. So I'm going to put one sheet in my cut aparts, and I'm going to put the other sheet, look at these angels, in my paper pile. And then we have the last 4 sheets. There's 2 designs. Here's the backs of them. So these are all going to be paper. Okay. And then of course we have the sticker sheet. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to prep by cutting apart all of these cut aparts. So I'm going to pause you right here. I'm going to cut all these cut aparts out, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I've cut apart all of my cut aparts. So we have 3x4s here in this pile. So there's 12 of those. We have 4x4s here, and there was 3, 6, 9 of those. And then we have 6 of 4x6s. So today we're going to work on these. 3x4 cut apart. So I'm going to set these aside and I want to show you what I've done. I've cut my card bases and I'm using ivory because I felt like it went really well with this collection. And what I've done is, because I have 12 cut aparts, I've taken 6 pieces of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and I have put it in my trimmer horizontally and cut them in half at 5.5. And that gives me 12 card bases. So let's start from there. So I'm going to get my little scoreboard out here and my little stylus. And I'm going to take each of my card bases and I'm going to put them in my scoreboard. And I'm going to score them in half at 4.25. Okay. And as we do this, I will sit and chat. So if you remember, if you have looked through my channel or have been following me since I started my channel last year, you'll see that I had a series of Christmas tag videos. And what I had done was I had made a whole bunch of Christmas tags that I had gifted as gifts to loved ones, friends, things like that. And it was my Thanksgiving gift to them, so that they started off their Christmas season after Thanksgiving with gift tags for some precious gifts that they wanted to wrap and give away. And I had such a huge response, and of course I don't do anything for the response, but I had wrapped them in really cute packages, and I got so many emails and text messages from my friends afterwards saying how much they love them and what a great gift and stuff. So what I'm going to do this year is I am kind of going to do the same thing, but I'm probably not going to make as many tags. But I thought, wouldn't it be neat to gift Christmas cards, a set of Christmas cards with also some tags. So not as many tags as I did last year. While we continue to chat, I'm just going to fold and burnish these on the score lines. And I thought, how wouldn't it be neat to kind of give like Christmas cards and tags, and use up some of this beautiful Christmas paper that I have. That just, it sits a lot, and I have a lot of it because I used to do like craft fairs, and so I have a lot of Christmas paper, and I don't do craft fairs anymore, but they just weren't financially feasible for me in the area I live in. Just not, you know, I didn't, for the effort I was putting into that, I didn't make a whole lot of money for it. So I have a lot of those kind of supplies. But this, I'm expecting that we can get probably anywhere between 30 and 50 cards out of this paper pack. And that'll be a great head start, because I was thinking maybe like 10 tags and 10 cards or something like that per person. Maybe less, I don't know. It just depends on how far I get with this. So this will be a series on my channel. I'm not sure how often I'll hit it, but when we do break down a paper pad like we're doing right here, I will go through and do daily videos till we're done with it. And then I'm just not sure like when I'll start the next paper pad, you know, the next paper pack. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these. And what I will do is try. So look for it when you see this video. Put a playlist of my Christmas tags from last year, and put those in a playlist for y'all. And I will start a playlist for these videos once we're done with the series. So let's just get all of these folded up. Just a couple more here. So what I've done is I have decided that each of these images, I wanted to mat the images, the cut aparts. And so what I've done is I have gone into my stash. So there's our card bases. I've gone into my stash and I had pulled out, because I thought what was going to be what colors would be good with these. And I thought this really kind of dark, almost like a burgundy red. So I chose from my stash of 12 by 12 papers a color that I felt would match really well. So I think that looks really good. But it's not going to work on these. Sorry, picked up the wrong. Because it just doesn't, a matte should make it pop. That does not make it pop. So I decided to take the two here that needed a different color. And I decided that like a navy blue, which is also a color that's in this collection, would be better. So my matte sizes, these are 3 by 4. So my matte sizes are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to glue these down really quick. So we have them all mounted. And I'm just going to use my wet glue. I'm going to use my art glitter glue to do that. Get the little glue goober off the top of it here. And I'm just going to run through and I'm just going to glue these down to their respective mats. Leaving equal spacing, just eyeballing it, leaving equal spacing all the way around. So I'll go ahead and pause you right here and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I've got all of my cut aparts matted. Don't these look good? This one I felt looked better on blue, so I cut a matte for that, and I'll just save my red one that I had cut out for my stash. We'll be using scraps in this project. So I have my cut aparts mounted. I have my card bases. Okay, so now what I want to do is from the paper, I'm going to spread these out. Just want to be able to see them all. Okay, and from the paper collection, oh, I did not cut apart the banner strip because I'm not sure quite how I want to use this yet, so I didn't want to cut into it yet. Okay, so from the papers we have, I want to look at a paper that is going to be a nice contrast with most of these cut aparts. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We've got some really light ones here. We have about 5 really light ones with white backgrounds, and these are mostly dark. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see here. We have our, this has got little stars on it. That's really pretty. That's a maybe. This is just, I can't see, know if you guys can see, but there is a design within this brown here. Let's see what's on the other side of that. That's our banner sheet, the other side of our banner sheet. These are the other cut aparts. Let's see here. I'm thinking the plaid here because it stands out. Okay, we're going to use the plaid. Okay, and let me show you what we're going to do. Push all this aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, get my paper trimmer here, mats for my card fronts. And we'll cut this apart here. I'm going to take off the branding strip. And I save these. I save these branding strips because sometimes you can use that. So we'll see if we end up using that. Okay, so I'm going to cut an A2. My cards are going to be an A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So my mat, I want to be 4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut long ways at 5 1/4 and then 5 1/4 again. that leaves me with this scrap. And now I'm going to run through and I'm going to cut these down to 4. Oops, my trimmer didn't get all the way through that one. That's okay. We'll make it work. Okay. And because this is 12 inches, I'll get 3 of those. Okay. So now we'll do the other sheet. Cut each of these, cut them in 5/4. And we'll end up with 6 of these mats. I'm going to leave my trimmer here. See, that's perfect mat. Okay. Now, what we're going to do with these is I'm going to cut them in different like orientations and in 2s. So this is what's going to give us 12 out of our 6. So like, for instance, I take this one, I'll take a couple of them and cut them in half vertically. So that's 2 cards. We'll do one more like that. And see what'll happen is like this will sit here and then this will sit here and it'll make a nice card. Okay. So now I'll take one and maybe cut him just kind of on a slant, on a slight slant. We'll do a couple like that. Let's do one more like that because I like that slant. Okay, and for the last 2, why don't we cut them kind of vertically at a slant? Like that. So we have that. And then we have this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, and I won't make you guys watch me do this, and I like to do this if I have very similar colors, okay, like this, or if I could even put it like this. I think I like this better. But you see how it almost, because the edges are light, blends into here? I'm going to take my pieces and my vintage photo distress ink, and I'm going to distress the edges of these. So I'm going to do that, and we'll get right back together. So before I finish all these, I want to show you the difference. Okay. Do you see how that stands out so much more now? And if I take this one and put it down, you see the difference in that? This makes such a difference. So that's why I'm doing that. So I'll be right back. Okay. I've got all my edges inked so that they stand out from my ivory background a little bit more. And what I did, because I introduced distress ink here, I just went around the edges of my cut aparts and I distressed the edges of them just so it looked like everything was cohesive. So all I'm going to do is run through here and I'm going to glue all of the backgrounds down. We'll put the cut aparts aside for a moment. And all I'm going to do is just glue this down here onto the left-hand side. Oops, I dropped that glue into my card. I'm going to leave even spacing, and I'm just going to glue that down. Clumsy today, jeez. Okay. And then we'll just take a cut apart that we have matted. Now you could put this up here, down here. I think I'm just going to center it on the card. Let's do another one. These are so quick and easy. Okay, those two are ready. Let's grab a couple more. See how fast this goes? I think Christmas cards are a great gift, and especially like even if you're not going to make mass ones like I am, like I'm giving to probably a dozen people. But even if you have like one or two people that you may want to do this for, the good thing is like you could go through and, you know, make them more cards instead of, you know, I'm probably going to be giving, you know, about maybe 10 cards a person with a few tags. But if you have like one or two people that you want to give some handmade cards to for them to give out at Christmas time, you could make them like a set of 24 of them. I mean, right here is just 12. I mean, we'll get, like I said, we'll get a good anywhere between 30 to 50 of them out of this paper collection. So, you could make bigger stacks of cards for less people, or you can just make them for yourself to give out if you want to make your own handmade cards. Now, these are going to need a little more embellishing. I'm not going to give them out just like this. And so, because I feel like this looks a little plain, so I will embellish these further. And if you want to see, and when I do that, I'll do that at the end after we've made all our cards. I'll go back through all of the cards and embellish all at one time instead of doing them individually, like I'm making these 12 and then embellishing these 12. I'll do all of the embellishing all at once. So that'll be our last step. Okay, let's get two more. I think we'll put these at the bottom. Like so. Okay, grab. And because I used from the paper pack, everything coordinates, and I chose matte colors and the background paper that went well with all my cut aparts, I don't even really have to think about what cut apart to put on what card here. I just grab from the top of the pile. I don't have to think about it. Really pretty. I really like that ivory background. Okay, these last few here. We'll go like this. I like it over here on the left. And because this background page is a plaid and doesn't really have a direction to it, if I want to do all four of these on the left-hand side, which I think I will, it won't matter because it's not a directional print. Okay, let me see how we're doing on time. I don't want my phone to cut off. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Those are going to look great embellished. I do already have some ideas of how I want to embellish some of these. All right, and the last two cut aparts. I'm going to keep this one out really quick because there's something I want to do with it. And it's a good time to do it since we're at the beginning of a project. All right, so here's our stack. Now, this one here, let me close up my glue, doesn't have a sentiment on it, which is fine. I mean, it's beautiful like it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my sticker sheet. And we have all of these little sentiments right here. And I'd like to just put a sentiment like right here. So let's choose one. Christ is born, away in a manger, adore him. Let's do glory to God. And all I'm going to do is just put this right here. Just like that. And now I've got a sentiment on the front. Okay, so that's our first 12 cards, guys. And like I said, we're going to do more to these. We will embellish them. But for right now, I'm going to set them in a stack. And I'm going to take all of my scraps, because I have all of these from doing our mats. And I want to keep all my stuff together that I'm using for this project. And here's our sticker sheet. And we'll keep all this together, and I'll put it all in a little pouch so that I don't lose anything. And we have lickety-split 12 cards, not quite ready to go, but definitely ready to be embellished and then ready to go. For my cards, I like to leave my inside blank. I have lots of Christmas stamps that I can stamp a sentiment on. But I think especially for this year, since I've been so separated from the people I care about and may still be come Christmas time, I'm going to leave lots of room to write lots of notes to my loved ones. So, all right. So we'll be back tomorrow and we will work on, why don't we do our 5x7 cards tomorrow? So we'll work on those. And until then, y'all have a great day. God bless and stay safe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.